shares for at least one full year. But there was no such plan currently in place for the company's 19 most senior executives. Therefore, I will be recommending to the board a new policy. Without going through all the nuances, and it's kind of complex, but to simplify it and break it down, I will propose that I, as CEO, be required to hold a number of owned or granted shares at least equal to 8 years of my salary. In my case, 8 years of my salary would mean that I would be required to have at least a $12 million ownership stake in AMC of owned or granted AMC shares. Sean, our Chief Financial Officer, would be required to hold 6 years of his salary. Our Executive Vice Presidents will be asked to hold 4 years of their salaries in owned or granted shares, and our Senior Vice Presidents will be asked to hold 2 years of their salaries in owned or granted shares.
All right.
The board will consider this proposal as new policy at its next regularly scheduled meeting.
I like that.
Okay, so we don't like that at all, people. Let me explain why. So, the CEO of AMC currently owns 3 million shares of AMC. So, if we do 3 million times that by 50, he has $150 million right now. His rule just says that he's got to own $12 million worth of shares. Basically, this is saying that he can sell 90%, a little bit over 90% of his shares and still be in compliance. Okay? But what happens if AMC goes to $2,000 a share? Now he's worth $6 billion, and this would allow him to sell 99% of his shares. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, they put this rule in place to help themselves, to hurt the stock price, so that they could legally do it and have like a structured thing that they can say, oh yeah, we were just following our own rules. It's a scam, people. I guarantee you go down every single person that he just locked in like that. It's all they can sell. Like, they just set the rule that they can sell the majority of everything they have. This was not a thing to help you. And it's not that nuanced either. He says he won't go into all the details because it's nuanced. It's not that complicated, people. It's not that complicated. Don't trust the AMC CEO.